Most of the game is simulation working. Whether it's a small town or a big city, people get up in the morning, they will actually go into shops, they'll buy things, their stock gets replaced in the shops from boats coming in. The reason why that's important is because you can have some influence on that.
Fable 1 had quite a lot of rich interactions and stuff, but we wanted to take it a lot further. So, like with Fable 1, we use expressions to interact with people.
We've given you a much cleaner way of interacting with any of the characters. You can tag them, you can investigate what their opinions of you are, and then you can work with them.
You can use your expressions to pull a crowd of people around you, and you can become the funniest person in Albion.
When you come across a person in Fable 2, if you want to find out their likes and dislikes, you can query them, and they'll find out you can find out what sort of personality they have, because even in the same town there are people with different personalities. So you can find out exactly what people like by querying them. If somebody likes the clock tower in Bowstone Market, for example, if you get them to follow you there, then any expressions you do to them will have a bigger effect, and they'll like it more.
Well, a follower is an NPC who you develop a relationship with by maybe fun or flirty actions, depending on what they like. You can then ask them to come with you, and they will typically follow you wherever you take them. They will comment on what's going on around you. We've got a huge amount of dialogue, and we hope that you'll never really hear repeated dialogue, and they will certainly comment on where you are, what's going on, how they feel.
We realised pretty early on that we were going to need quite a varied speech, quite a large cast of actors to get the amount of varied speech that we wanted in the game. In all, there's 45,000 lines of dialogue in the game, which is by far and away the biggest thing I've ever been involved with, and I think probably one of the biggest speech counts of any game there's been yet.
One of the things that you'll often find is that a lot of the people who are already in the world already have a partner, but that doesn't stop you from trying to get them to marry you.
If you like someone, you can chat them up, you can ask them to follow them, and you can literally sit on the side of a mountaintop and watch the sun go down.
If they fall in love with you and you then want to give them the ring to propose to them, then once you're married to them, depending on how well you treat them, well, it depends on how they'll react to you. So if you're treating them well and they're happy, every time you go back to see them after you've been adventuring, they'll sort of be really happy to see you. But if you've left the gap a bit too long, they'll let you know that they're feeling lonely. Your child will, if you're a good character, will like being good and will talk about how they had fun playing with their kids. But if you're an evil character, your child will talk about how fun it was beating up the other kids and stuff. So, it's people who are more directly involved with your life will reflect who you are.
You can buy a house, you can move your family into that house, you can then go and invest some of your money in buying furniture. There's a furniture shop that sells loads of different wardrobes and beds and carpets and all sorts of stuff. You can redecorate your house. This is not just a hollow experience. Your wife and your children, if you've had any, will really love if you've decorated your house. If you're particularly mean, you can move them into a house, take all the furniture out and sell it. Money can buy you all the normals that role-playing games think. Swords and clothes and augments and jewellery, and the list goes on and on. But the main way you earn that money is by going out to work. You can be a blacksmith, you can be a woodcutter, you can be a barman. All of those involve a mini game. You can go up to 5 different levels to each of those mini games. You can become a master blacksmith. You can earn up to 1,000 gold for making a sword. Every 5 minutes of real world time, you get income from that property. You carry on getting that gold whether or not you're playing Fable 2. You get up in the morning, turn your 360 on, wham, you'll have 200 gold come up over your head.
With that gold, you could buy a stall, rent that out, that starts generating another income.
You can build your little property empire up, buy more shops and more houses, and if you own those places, you set the prices in the shops, and those prices affect the economy, which affects the goods coming in, which affects the happiness of the people. You can also, if you want to, take on a life of crime. You can go stealing, you can steal from cash registers, you can break into people's houses at night and steal their goods. You can become an assassin, you can join the Assassin Society, you can go out and kill people. We've done something in Fable 2 which we didn't do in Fable 1. We have detached earning money from questing. You don't earn any money from doing quests in Fable 2. That means that if you are the sort of player that likes to play games as quickly as you possibly can from start to finish and play through the story from point A to point B as fast as you possibly can, you're going to get to the end of Fable 2 and you're going to be poor, unpopular and unloved.